in the Nigerian market over the last 10 years. Several billions of dollars of investment have come in, and hundreds of thousands of jobs have been created, probably millions of jobs when you include the spin-off and the multiplier factor. We consider those who may not be directly employed by those companies, but are carrying out various services like selling recharge cards, various distributors and various services and so on. Those who are people who are selling generators, putting up towers, maintaining them, and so on and so forth. So you can say that industry has probably created 2 million jobs in the last 10 years. So Cross River State stands to benefit from increased economic activity, direct creation of jobs. In this case, when we talk about, we're talking about software development. Software development especially is an area in which the raw material is the skill of the human being, and lots and lots of jobs can be created. There are other associated digital industries. There are also business processing, business BPUs. There are call centers and so on and so forth. A single call center can actually create 2,000 jobs or more. So there's a direct creation of jobs. There's increased investment from these tech investors. And when you consider the fact that the growth in the world, the global economy, over the last 15 to 20 years has actually been driven by technology, you can say technology is a cross-cutting, has a cross-cutting effect that affects various other industries. And so you're talking about production and investment that will cut across various industries. So Cross Riverians have a great deal to benefit. Cross River State has a great deal to benefit in terms of increased industrialization, increased investment, and direct and indirect creation of jobs. Governments that are involved, the state government and the federal government, are essentially facilitators. What we are trying to do is to see that we have put in place the enabling environments and the enabling infrastructure that will attract the private sector in. And so the partnership really is one that's between state government, federal government, and the private sector for the mutual benefit of all the stakeholders involved. In specific terms of what the state will get from the federal government, I'm not sure the state is getting from the federal government, because the federal government itself is a major beneficiary. And so it's a mutually beneficial relationship. Federal government is bringing in its contribution, its might, its enablement. It's bringing in some direct financing that will go towards consultants and design and additional facilities that are required to ensure that the facilities are ready and ripe for investors. We have a deadline to register a business entity by the end of April. The state government has a responsibility to ensure that there's world-class internet broadband also there at the end of February. We are supposed to procure and put in place a world-class consultant and have studies and designs there in the next few months. There will be the nucleus of the Knowledge City in phases from the end of August and by the end of December. So we should actually begin to see some operational activity on site from the 3rd to the 4th quarter sometime in the third quarter to the last quarter of the year. To attract investors and investment into Cross River, to jump the economy of Cross River several steps ahead and establish us as an economic power and improve the economy of the state. We think the Tinapa Knowledge City fits smack into the original concept of Mr. Donald Duke. It may vary a little bit because I think Tinapa was designed to be an import-export business, along the lines of Dubai, and now we are talking about, instead of normal factories, we're talking about knowledge factories and knowledge industry and knowledge services. But the context actually is virtually the same, because in the same way that we are supposed to export services and import, we can do the same with Tinapa. Tinapa is the place in which, and we have actually received letters of intent from certain companies who would like to come and establish computer assembly plants in Tinapa. In the same way, we can export business processing services to other parts of the world, call center services, software testing, and data and so on, as long as, just like is done from India and from Ireland to Europe and to America, same can be done from Tinapa. So there's also export. Plus, when you add the fact that Tinapa is part of the Calabar Free Trade Zone, and so a company that comes in there takes advantage of that fact, can provide services to its customers anywhere in the world using broadband, and be able to take away its revenues because of it's in a free trade zone. So you see, Tinapa is smack right in, fits into that concept.
Well, you heard it from the special advisor, Mr. Odo Effiong. The government is building an IT park called the Tinapa Knowledge City, and the countdown starts now. You remember I told you you were going to learn how to back up the contacts on your phone? That wasn't an empty promise, because it's time for my tips and tricks.
Welcome to our tips and tricks segment on Click and Connect. Here we're going to teach you how you can back up your contacts from any kind of phone. You just purchased your phone, be it a Nokia, be it an iPhone, be it a BlackBerry phone, and you need to back up your contacts. Well, I'm going to tell you one of the things you're going to need. First things first, your phone came with an application, a software which comes with every phone. Now it could be still in your pack, or you might have to download it. In this case, I downloaded this application. You're going to need this application in order to do your backup of your contacts. After installation, your application most likely will ask you to restart your computer. It's advisable to do that. Restart your computer and plug in your phone, your device. At that moment, you should be able to come to your start menu and see your BlackBerry desktop software. Click on this and pop it open. What you see on the screen is what you should have right now. You've connected your device and you should have your PIN showing up somewhere there, and the application should show sync or at the bottom right corner. This is for BlackBerry devices. For your Nokia, it should be your OV software. You should have your desktop application ready. For your iPhone, you should have your iTunes up and ready if you want to do your backup. For BlackBerry, you can go to the top left corner where it has a drop down box or button. With this drop down, you should see an option that says backup. Now I've clicked on my backup. Now note, for iPhone, for iTunes, for Nokia, you would also find the option for backup. Sometimes it could be synchronized and so on and so forth. It could be called something different, but it most times be called backup. So we're about to back up the BlackBerry device. Now from the BlackBerry type, you see full, you see quick, you see custom. I would suggest for the first time use, select the full, whereby it's going to back up all your data, the images, the music, and so on and so forth. We will just go ahead and click on the backup button. Notice that when you click on the backup button, it will automatically start backing up, and it will tell you where your backup files are being sent to. In my case, it's being sent to my documents to a BlackBerry folder where it's also called backup. Now my backup is complete. You should see a next pop-up screen that says your backup is complete. It should show you where your items were backed up to, where it has your backup file is copied to. In my case, it's in the C drive with my users folder, so on and so forth. So you should be able to determine where your backup files are. I'm going to click on close and we'll go to the next phase of this. Now that we've done a backup, if your device gets missing or if your information gets missing one way or the other, at least you have it on your trending laptop where you can always restore your information to a new device or to any other device, and you can also access your information some way somehow as long as it's on your laptop or on your computer. It's no more on your device. You don't have your information in two different sections. You're going to have to come to that same menu on your BlackBerry desktop software. But this time you're not going to back up. This time you're going to restore. Remember, restore. I'm not going to go into details on how to restore, but basically you're really going to have to restore your files and select the file from where you stored your backup file, and it will just go through a restore process, which is seamless. Thank you.
Well, we've come to the end of today's episode on Click and Connect, and it was so much fun because you were here with me, I could share with you, and there was so much to learn. Don't forget, Click and Connect was brought to you by the ICT Development Department of the Cross River State Government. And for more information, you can log on to www.crossriverstate.gov.ng or www.ictforum.crs.gov.ng, or you can send us an email with the title Click and Connect to info@crossriverstate.gov.ng. It's been fun being with you. I'm Tochi Ayong. Ciao.